Wow, look at that. Bam, smoked picanha over post oak. Look at that. Look at that fat cat. What's going on, y'all? BBQ Dropout here. We're actually going to be cleaning the offset smoker, and then at the end of this video we're going to be smoking a really good choice grade picanha roast, so stay tuned for more. So one of the reasons why I wanted to take this as an opportunity to clean the smoker is because, I mean, it's only been like a short couple months maybe since my last video, and I mean, look at all this rust. That's why I try to stress for just about every cook you have on the offset smoker, you really want to try and get ahead of it, because the rust will just keep coming back. So unless anyone else can comment down below on how to permanently solve a rust problem in your smoker, it's probably just best practice to just get in the habit of cleaning the thing after every single cook, and then prepping it and seasoning it before every cook. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and yeah, we can just get this wire brush right and start scraping it down. And you see all that little powder coming through it. That's what you want, and then we can start maybe even rinsing it off, spraying the pan oil on it, and getting this firebox cranked up nice and hot, not only for the rust but for the actual roast, like the picanha roast. I'm gonna smoke on this bad boy. Alright, so if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna start cleaning this thing. You see, like, I even have this little grate right here that is technically supposed to go into the firebox, but it's obviously been a while since I've used it, so I haven't really gotten a chance to like clean it, and look how much rust is on there. So I'm probably gonna like put some oil on it after I'm done scraping it, and then put it on top of the firebox, and you know, hopefully it'll sort of render all this rust out and help prevent it from accumulating even more. Get the other side. And this thing is like, thank you, sir. All right. Now it's just powderized rust, I guess. So I'm gonna finish scraping off the rest of the smoker, and then I'm gonna be applying that PAMP spray everywhere. But I mean, the rest of the smoker doesn't really look like it's accumulating that much rust. It's really just the firebox for whatever reason. Getting down and dirty. Now I'm gonna use this bad boy to spray it down and hopefully get rid of some of this rust. See that? Isn't that cool? It's like kind of rehydrated the steel almost. I'm just gonna put that right here. And on to step 2. Alrighty, so if I get like a bag of charcoal, right? And get some scissors up in here. See all that? It's a mesquite briquette charcoal, so it'll have like a strong, I want to say like smell and maybe even like taste flavor, right? But, pour it right on in. And I actually just spilled this everywhere, so I'm gonna have to put it in there. Now that I have everything in the actual chimney starter, I'm just gonna go ahead and light this up and then put it in there, let the heat get cranked up pretty high, and then I'll start seasoning the picanha and then finally place it on there. So let's get to it. And then also, depending on like how quick you want to smoke the picanha, you can do it like low and slow, hot and fast. I'm generally speaking more of a hot and fast kind of guy, so that's why I have a ton of like charcoal in here, so I can just get the fire going really quick, get it nice and hot, right? So I could smoke it nice and hot and fast. See, that's all you do. It's really helpful if you have like a gas burner, so you can get the charcoal lit up pretty quick. Oh man, this thing's done. Whoa. Alrighty, so you can obviously see that. Look at that. Actually, let me go get my oven mitts real quick. Alright, now this thing is quite literally blazing hot, so. Okay, so we're gonna put the charcoal right in the firebox, but you know, one thing I want to stress is that you want to have like all of the grates wide open, so you have like maximum airflow. Kind of give you guys an idea of what I mean. You want all of the charcoal just kind of sit on top of a couple logs of wood. In that case, that's from my grandparents' farm. And it's starting to smell really good right now. And this is honestly like one of my favorite parts of smoking meat. You know, like once you have all the stuff on the firebox, you can just kind of hang out. For those of you that like drink a beer, right? You know, certainly do that, but I usually just like to drink like a Coke Zero or Diet Coke, you know. It's just a lot of fun, you know. It gives you something to look forward to during the day. It puts your mind working towards something, right? I just think it's like a really good way to, you know, just pass time. So with all that being said, I'm gonna let this come up to temp and maybe put like another block of wood on there. Look at that bad boy. I mean, just imagine, like, would you rather have like an oven baked picanha, a propane grilled picanha, or a wood burning fire picanha? Man, how awesome is that? Now I'm gonna put the grate on here. There we go. Get a close-up view of that. All right, let's go season the picanha. All right, choice grade picanha, look at that. I want to start like seasoning it out here just because it's such a beautiful day, and you know, like, why not, right? So just go ahead and open this bad boy up. See that? That's not even the best part. Look at that extra large fat cap. Whoa. Now you see like how the meat and then the fat cap kind of are at the same thickness? That's what you want. And even like the fat cap is sort of like drooping over, so this is gonna be pretty damn good. And one thing I'll probably try and do actually is spray this with Pam, because you don't want it sticking to the grate, and maybe it'll make it taste a little bit better. All right. I play music, but I don't know if YouTube will copyright a lot of it, so you just have to kind of bear with me on this. Man, I just have to show you all that. Look at that. See it like glisten in the sunlight? Alright. I can actually smell that oak wood burning right now, all the way across the yard. Alrighty, that's how you season the picanha. Alright guys, so we actually just put the picanha on. I'm going to be measuring the temperature with a meter probe, and I'll show you guys that in just 1 second. But what I also wanted to show you is before we actually put the meat on itself, you want to try and, you know, get the wood burning like this, basically. What you want is an open flame. You want it to be running for a little bit longer than usual, because once you start to see the white ash, that will start to produce that really good, clear, almost light blue type of smoke. But with all that being said, let's put the thermometer in. We have the meter probe. It comes in like a little bamboo styled box, and it's a really cool little device. Right here along the silver part, you actually can just measure the internal temp, and then on the little black part right here, you can you know, measure the ambient temp as well. So basically whatever the grate temp is, you can be sure to measure both sides of it. So a good way to like stick the probe in, I like to just put it in the thickest part of the meat. So let me move it over here. And it's kind of hard to tell because it's such a big piece of fat cap, but you basically just want to, yeah, see the fat cap and then the meat itself. I'm gonna get it right in the middle and let that thing rip, and we'll come back in like however long it takes, right? Alright, so like I mentioned in like my other video, when you plug in the meter probe into it, you can just hit beef, hit steak, basically just like picking whatever kind of, you know, cut you're actually cooking, and do picanha, You can see that. You can sort of set like the desired temp. I just like to keep it at 135. It tells you where to insert it. You set it up, and there we go. Now it's gonna like take some time to sort of like estimate the cook, but that's really all there is to it, man. You obviously want to try and close the grates and the vents and everything, kind of let the air go all the way through the smoker to get maximum smoke for your picanha. And you can see the firebox vent is wide open just to get more airflow, because you want to try and get this thing hot and fast. But this is going to come out excellent. And then once this thing is actually done smoking and it comes up to around like 135, I'm going to try and reverse sear it on top of this little grate right here. I'm right on top of that oak wood from my grandparents' ranch. Alrighty, so it looks like the picanha is just about at the temp, but I actually prefer my picanha at around like 145, so I'm going to use this as an opportunity to reverse sear it right on this grate right here. So let's do it. Got my tongs, and notice how like I spread it with Pam. That's so this won't stick onto the grate. Flip the fat cap around and let the juices drip down so it can get some extra char on it. Alright y'all, so this is one of my last steps I have for picanha. I actually was reversing it a second ago, but it looks like the fire is getting choked out, but there's a ton of flames everywhere. I just checked the meter probe and it's at about like 140, so I'm going to keep this on here until about 145. And I think that's around like medium, so that's really how I like it. So just going to let it sit on here until then. But just take a look at that fat cap. Damn. Let's take a look at the wood and everything. Just enough wood for the picanha. And then this is like a good technique too, like if you like one of the things I like to do if I'm running out of wood or I'm running out of like fire and the wood starts getting choked out like this, just open up the grates, get the airflow going, maybe even like sit down here and you know, start blowing inside like the firebox. Just anything you can do to get like air current in. That's what I like to try and do, and so far it's working out great.
Where do you
see me? Make sure you see me.
Yep.
All right, guys. So picanha is finally ready, and it's hit about 145 degrees internal. So right now we're gonna be putting it in this little petri dish. I'm just kidding. We're gonna be putting it in this little pan so we can let it rest. If you want to come in and zoom in on it real quick. And that's all there is to it to rest it. So we're gonna bring that back inside and wait to slice it. So catch y'all later. All right, guys. So let the picanha rest for a little bit. Came down to about like 140. So it came all the way up to 145 to hit the medium temp, and then came all the way down. So if you come in and zoom or take a look real quick, I mean, bright red, right from the smoker, oak wood. And one of the first things I'm going to do is just pull the, come over here again. I'm going to pull the thermometer out like that, and then I'm going to promptly cut this bad boy in half. Are you ready for this? Wow, look at that. bam, smoked picanha over post oak. Look at that. Look at that fat cap. Alright, here's the aftermath. Just went ahead and sliced and diced this thing. And just to give you an idea of how, juicy and fat-filled this thing is, look at that. Look at the bark on that thing. Totally melts in your mouth. Oh, I'm gonna start eating it. So hope you guys have a good Sunday and stay tuned.